Maybe you got used to it. Can't top. Interesting, too many way which way. Bar is good, movement's crazy. So much, huh?
Cut off so much.
What do you do if you ring your hand?
Use these first.
Just because you want to go, let's say, you go stuff on the
Davis stumped him, mate.
Take your time. It's a lot of time. I'm here all day.
So we had Koji Hiramatsu here in Melbourne conducting workshops, and this is him working on one of my trees. But I just wanted to show you the first part where he was really struggling to find a front for this tree and direction for this tree due to its lots of trunk movements and lots of twists and turns. It was quite complex, and it was just a bit of fun because Koji would walk up to a tree and just immediately go chop, 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 Jin, 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 Shari, Shari. And that's pretty much was his method. But this one, he really got stuck. So it's quite entertaining watching him try to twist this tree around, move it around, trying to find the best front, which is one of the hardest things to do. You can see him very contemplating all the moves, semi-cascade, cascade, back, left, right, every single way. That's one really good way to show you how important it is to look at the tree from all different possible angles. And that's what Koji did. He tipped it every single way, worked on all the different angles and trying to find the best front. Eventually, what he actually did, which we'll get to, is actually just started to remove unnecessary branches. Now, the unnecessary branches are really pretty much the ones that are long, without much foliage close to the trunk and just foliage at the tips. Now, once he started to do that, he started to see something happening, so he started to just eliminate the negatives, and then he could actually see where the tree was going. And eventually we came up with a design that, kind of like a semi-cascade to the left. But just a really entertaining watching even the masters trying to find the best front when it's a really complex tree. And it was a bit of fun happening there as well with his, his way that he treats the workshop trees, which is awesome, how fast he works. But in this case, everyone was having a good time watching him really have fun with this and really taking your time, trying to understand the tree, trying to understand the movement. What is the best Nabaru with the best movement of the trunk? How do you combine it all? How do you combine the foliage? How do you combine the branches? Do we have the best branches to use? And so on. Now, this great material was actually I acquired this from the AABC convention in Canberra last year. It was an auction tree because no one wanted to use it. None of the demonstrators wanted to use it in their demonstration, and it was auctioned off at the end of the year. So thank you to Shannon Young from Canberra who actually grew this material. So it was a really great material. No one wanted it, and I ended up winning it in the auction, which is awesome. Great material. When there's lots of work invested in a tree, twisting it, bending it, and so on, you can really create something fantastic. And thanks for that. Awesome. we need to know which way. Can I go that way? Front?
No, I'm still
Then we left with one branch.
Also, basically, we should keep the compact branch.
Yeah.
This one, I have this because it's too thick, too long, too big. So, Jin or
Okay.
after that, so we should make some shading.
So you don't need a bottle because these shoes come off
Yeah, sometimes when you put it back.
So, Jin, Shari. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Thank you. So now it was over to me to start creating gin on the tree. So I ginned the branches that he wanted me to gin and started working on that. And then we started to do some more gin work. And now Koji's having a look again at the tree and which position to choose as the front.
She said he'd been working on it for an hour and a half. She says, I don't know.
I didn't see her afternoon one. How'd that come up? I didn't see. I mean, I saw her cells. Had like, you know, about 90% of it's cut off. So it looked like it was going to be good.
I can't remember the afternoon. Yeah, that's what he said about nights on this one.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, I know what they do. Just know.
Okay. So do you have a one?
Oh,
Little what? Dwarf what? About. I took it to BSV set down there and took over there. Ah, okay. So you've seen it? Yeah. Just feel like I'm going to compact it a bit and make something.
So it took a while, but Koji eventually found a nice left direction semi-cascade in that position to work with. So that's what we ended up doing, and that's how we ended up approaching the tree. I continued to shari and gin any branches that Koji cut off. We designed the shari to twist around the trunk, and you can see the level of shari work, even at the back and front and so on, and looked pretty good. Now I continued the shari and I started to wire the tree. So wiring the remaining branches and wait for Koji to come back. And here we go. Koji's now sitting down, all the branches wired by me, and now Koji starts to position all the branching into the spots to make it a left directional semi-cascade. And you can see lots of people starting to sit down and watch the work. And it's quite entertaining and enlightening to see how Koji approached trees, especially when they were complex, and adjusting different angles and so on to really achieve the result he was after. So as he positioned the branches, started working from his way down from the lower branches, worked his way up, and we formed this tree in the end. This is me taking the tree home, and I tweaked it here and there just to be happy with the final positioning, and that's where it's come about. I look forward to seeing this tree in the future and how it develops. Enjoy.